This is like my 4th time recording this, and this better work. This week is a pretty big week. It is career fair week. It's networking week. And also, on top of that, I have an interview with record label for a paid volunteership. It's an internship. They just can't put that label on it legally because of the hours. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I have been preparing over the last month-ish or so for these events. What I hope the outcome is, my attitude going in, all of that. Also with me today, I have Ginny, the goat, because I'm going to be the goat this week. And Ginny's also a Capricorn, just like me. Girly gets it done, okay? She's a doer. The first big thing that I have really been focusing on for the last month or so has been renovating my resume as if it was a 200-year-old house that was falling apart and decrepit. Let's be real, my resume, Shawty's great. She's on this family plot of land. She has all of this experience, all of these stories to tell, but Girly Pop needed to be restructured. I went into the career center of my university. I went up to my Girly Pop Jen, and I was like, Jen, give it to me straight. How bad is it? And she's like, you've been busy. And I'm like, And she's like, you need to restructure a lot of things. And I want you to change a few things. And now it looks beautiful. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Literally, I've never seen her shine like this ever before. And I love my resume. I take pride in my resume. Fingers crossed. The hoes. The hoes are my future employers. Fingers crossed the hoes love my resume. Please. I'll be honest. I do pretty well in conversations. I'm not somebody who really gets awkward in them anymore, especially when I'm in a business setting. Really the thing that I need to watch is how often I say which I have realized while editing these videos. I say a lot. I go and that's half of what I edit out of these. I think the fact that I'm aware of how much I say that's already to my advantage. I have my usual talking points in any interview or networking event. First I go and I'm like, what does your company do? What is it? What do you do? And sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's not, but I like to ask that. I also like to ask the recruiter or the person who's at the event what they really like about working at their company. Because let's be real, why would you be out supporting a company and trying to recruit people if you didn't really like where you worked? You're at least going to say that you really like the amount of money you make a year. And that is a reason to work somewhere. That gets them hyped up about oh, I love this. Sometimes they really just love their mission statement. Sometimes they just really love the product they make. Sometimes they really love the people they work with. Sometimes they like the bag they bring in. I think that's a good thing for me to know as somebody who's looking at all these employers what do you actually like about working there? Because I want to work somewhere I like at the end of the day. Another thing I like to ask them is what they got their degrees in, where they went to school. Sometimes they're alumni of my school, and that's kind of fun to talk to them about the differences back in the day versus now, or if they're a recent grad, who they know here, what clubs and activities they were involved in. Just connect with people. It's not that difficult. Another thing I like to do at career fairs is or networking events, is I always wear my glasses, because the stereotype that people look smarter in glasses, I think, is true. And if not, then even then I'm just gaslighting myself into thinking I'm smarter. But half of the time they end up on my head like this, but I don't care because my hair looks better that way. That's kind of what I've been preparing for with these events, is just my resume. And then thinking about the talking points I usually go off of. The interview with the record label, though, I'm going to try not to cry during that. That's dream job material right there. It's at my fingertips. And I'm this close. I'm going to express my interest. And I am going to tell them about my long-term goals in my career and my passions in life. And by that, I mean, I'm going to tell them that this is what I've been dreaming of since I was a little girl, and that I'm not going to pass this up. In all reality, it's a really like crazy thing that I'm even getting presented this opportunity, and I didn't think I would be here at the end of my 4 years of college getting presented an opportunity like this, and I'm going to take advantage of it as much as I can and work myself to death over it. Like, I don't even care. I'll run myself into the ground to get like a full-time position at a record label, a paid internship at a record label after I graduate in a city that I really want to be in. The record label is out of Seattle. You're joking. That's it. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want so bad. But in all reality, at the end of the career fair, I would love to pick up a couple of interviews from different companies, because at this point I'm not practicing interviews anymore. This is like, I'm locking things down. I need to figure out like where I'm going after I graduate, and this is a really great opportunity for me to go in and be like, okay, these are a bunch of companies who really like alumni from my university, and I know I'm somebody who's a good worker, a hard worker, and I'm going to show up. I'm going to be so professional. I'm going to look so business. I'm going to wear my favorite business attire outfit, and it's going to look so cute. And then I'm going to have my silly little resumes, and I'm going to look so cute, but also so smart and so classy and so professional. My goal, score 3 interviews. Count them, 1, 2, 3 interviews out of the career fair. I would like to make 10 LinkedIn connections, and I would like a job at a record label. But I'm not going to tell anybody at the career fair about that. Well, I'll tell them that I have 2 internships. I think that's what I'll say. I'll be like, I'm working at right now, and I'm also working at another internship. It's a remote marketing internship. If they ask where it is, I'll be like, I'm at a record label. This week is like turning out to be like really, really cool and really, really awesome. I also think I might be texting with a boy, maybe. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But I got to add to the spreadsheet for the first time this year. We'll see. Crazy week in the life of Sarah. It's a lot, but I don't have too much homework to this week, thank God. I will update you after the career fair next week for next week's video. First thing that's going to come out of my mouth is I'm going to be like, I actually scored 4 interviews and I got 20 LinkedIn connections. But again, the goal, 3 interviews, 10 LinkedIn connections. I think that's doable. I think that's it.